Buddy. Michael Jackson sound intro. My hand that our girls would be hilarious. Feel your skin smooth. I'm sorry, it sounds like
Yes. Hello, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome. Yes, welcome to the Your Brand, Your Breakthrough Show. My name is Letitia Campbell. I got my amazing co-host and co-founder, Miyoko Taylor, and
What's
we have an awesome topic to talk to you guys about today. This is sort of like the pre-introduction to this awesome topic, and we're going to be talking about choosing the wrong clients. Why you're always choosing the wrong clients. We all have done it. No one is exempt in business. This happens. This actually comes with the business journey. This is just part of the process of, figuring out your offers and who your offer is designed for and all the things. This is like an intricate part, but you don't want to make this a habit in your business, right? You don't want to, when you have a lot of the wrong clients, it stresses you out, right? It makes you feel like, oh my God, this is too much work. This is too much,
right?
Too much stress, too much work, too much overload, overwhelm, you name it. It's a lot of that. And a lot of people question not only their authority, they question their passion, the things that they really want to do out there in the world for their business. I know if you dealt with the wrong clients many, many times, Miyoko. I know some of you have dealt with the wrong customers.
Yes.
Right? So we don't want you guys to quit your business, because you have the wrong clients. This is quite some very, very simple strategic ways to figure out who's the right fit for you. So we're going to be jumping on into that today. Right, Miyoko?
Yep. And the thing is, I want people to understand that you can choose. Contrary to what you believe, because a lot of people start with this scarcity mindset, like I got to sell everybody. Like everybody needs my product. Everybody needs my service. That is not the case. You get a lot more no's than yeses when you actually have that approach. So you can actually choose, and you should choose the type of clients you want to work with. All right. So I know this may be a different shift from what most of you are used to, but you should be choosing who you work with.
That's right.
Choose who you work with, right? And everybody's not your client. But let's get right into this. We're not going to hold you.
Let's jump into it, because you mentioned something very important: the scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset does not work well in business. But when you know who the right clients are, you're never going to have that scarcity mindset. So most people choose based on money. Those of you who are watching right now, type in 1 in the chat if you've done that. You base your choice on how much income this person has, how this person's lifestyle is, right? All the things. And I find that, and this confused me for a long time, Miyoko, being totally honest, right? Transparent. Where you're on a call with somebody and they're saying, hey, I make this much revenue in my business, I'm a 6-figure earner, all the things. But when it comes down to when that invoice gets sent, it's like, okay, what's going on? And I'm not saying that person is lying. I'm not saying that. Yes, a lot of people are probably making 6 and 7 figures. I just on a phone call with somebody today. They said they made over 7 figures, right? But the personality don't match, or the action. I'm going to say the actions don't match what they're saying, right? But a lot of times we choose based on money. That's the driving force, and that's not a good strategy to have, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say something that's going to probably be a shock factor to people listening to this. Most people that choose based on money first are because they don't have any.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for screaming. I know that's an ouch for some people. Say that again. Go ahead.
Most people, well, I told you shock factor. Most people choose their ideal client based on money first, and they center everything about how much money they have, because they don't have money themselves. Let me explain that. So if you've been operating in a space of scarcity, right, you're not making money yourself. It's because it's because of the choices that you're making in your business, the choices that you're making with the type of clients that you're trying to go after.
Correct.
So what happens is you become frustrated, right? And you say, you know what? I need clients with money because I'm tired of dealing with people that can't afford it or they don't need my service. That's not their problem. That's a you problem. You're not choosing the right clients because you don't have it structured in a way where you are connecting to the right people and you're not setting any parameters for the type of client that you want to work with. So you voluntarily choosing to deal with particular people that can't afford your services. Right. So what you do is now you set a benchmark. Money becomes the main priority now. So you're targeting people based on money because of the scarcity mindset. So not all, but most people choose money first and prioritize money because they don't have any, or they don't have the level of income that they want themselves. So they start getting commission breath. They start going after the financial things first. And that is the worst way to do this. I'm not saying financials don't matter because you want somebody that's able to invest in your services, but don't base everything around money. So I just wanted to point that out. So if that kind of stung me a little bit when I heard it, but that's the reality of it, right? You don't want to center everything around money because I've had clients that make a lot of money that paid a good amount for my services, but they were the biggest headaches you can ever imagine because other parameters were off. Okay. This is why I said you are choosing the types of people that you're working with, whether you want to admit it or not. But don't make that choice completely centered around how much they can pay you.
It's right. And don't base it around their budget because that's also you choosing money as well. So it's like I've done this last year with a couple of clients where it's like, I'm like, okay, I want to help you. What do you have? You know, and then you're basically discounting what you're doing by thousands of dollars. And those are the worst headaches. I'm telling you, because I've experienced it. They're the worst clients to work with. They literally are. There's no good that could come from that. Just putting it out there. So don't even go off of that aspect. So I love that you mentioned that. You talked about the benchmark because you're literally taking away the fact that it's like you making it feel like you're switching roles because it's like, okay, that person needs you. They need what you have to offer, but you're switching the roles to make it feel like now you need them, you know? And you going back to what you said before about scarcity. So now diving into profession, right? It's like you're looking at the person's profession. You're looking at, you know, the industry that they're in or the line of jobs that they're in. And you're just basing it solely on that. I'm going to say this, that's going to limit you. That's going to limit your growth. That's going to limit your scalability. It's going to limit, you know, the level of, you're going to be missing out on people that really, really need your help. You know what I mean? Because when you're only focusing on certain professions, you're then focusing on certain personalities because certain professions comes with the type of person they are, the personality, how they conduct themselves, how they are going to receive information and all that. So I know a lot of you have been in different, I came from the corporate profession, you know, and even Milka and I had this conversation this morning. I had an idea and I had to get out of that corporate profession. You know, that in business, things do have to be strategic. In corporate, you put an idea on there and people have to follow through with your idea to the end. And then you come back to the table again and switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't always base your choice on professions because you will get the wrong clients. You will.
So I want to add on to that. So
go ahead.
Most people, we're going back to this money thing. I hope you all can understand why I keep doing this. Most people choose professions of clients they want to market towards because of money. It goes back to money again. Oh, well,
that's right. Always. That's a common denominator. Yeah.
This profession is highly paid, so we're going to go after those particular people. Here's where you screw up. You go after this profession, right? You don't know how they think. You don't know what they're looking for. You don't know what they're struggling with. You're just going after this profession because it's a profession you know they make high income. Now, the only time going after a profession even makes sense, one, you're in the same profession. Two, you used to be in that profession. Or three, you understand that profession like the back of your hand. You understand what their problems are, what they're struggling with, what the outcomes they want. That's the only time it makes sense. If you're just going after a profession based on what they can make from a financial perspective, you're still doing it wrong. You're still going to be a gap. You're still not going to make the sales that you want to make, not going to make the money that you want to make. And you're still targeting money. People target profession because they say, oh, look, I'm going to target attorneys. Why? Are you passionate about helping attorneys? Do you understand attorneys? Do you understand what they deal with? Oh, no, they make a lot of money. That's not a reason to choose a person or a type of client. It's not. Does it make sense if you can relate to them? Sure. But most of you are choosing clients or you're choosing people based on professions. You have no idea about the industry. You haven't learned about it. You don't know how they feel, what they think, what they're passionate about, what their problem is. You're just doing it because they make money. Stop it. Stop doing that, please. You're wasting your time.
Right. You're putting yourself in a bubble. And then when you want to offer things that's outside of that bubble, you're going to find there's going to be a huge dip in your income because you locked in on that profession. I used to do that at the beginning when I first started coaching. I was like, I'm only going to work with network marketers, right? And I was like the network marketing coach, right, at first, right? Mm-hmm. That really limited me because a lot of what I teach was like 90% for course creators and service-based businesses. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I had to shift my bio, my marketing strategy, my verbiage to where it didn't sound like it was just for that particular industry or profession, you know. Mm-hmm. And it also ties that into some of you are basing it on the demographics. Now I know we all was told in the past, like, you know, focus on the generation. Are you focusing on Gen Xers, millennials, and all that stuff? I'm a millennial, right? And I get it. Like a lot of the closing that works sometimes with closing, it does, because how I talk to somebody, and no offense to anyone, but how I talk to a baby boomer is different from how I talk to a millennial. There is a difference when it comes to the closing side, because like you can be talking this, and I'm not trying to say this in all cases, but you don't want to just based on that alone. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the marketing side, you know, a lot of what you guys have to offer is not just for a particular generation. It could be useful. What you're offering could be useful for everyone. A lot of times people focus on, well, I just want to focus on only women. I used to be that way. Like, I only want to help women. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And again, I get it. A lot of our passions, we can relate more to women, but you also don't want to limit yourself. And I still struggle with that to this day too. It's about, okay, let me open the doors to a more broader scale here, you know? So, that's important, you guys, to just not just focus on hardcore demographics. I find that when people just focus on that, especially when they're running ads, they find like, well, nobody's clicking, nobody's doing anything, because you're just honed in so much on demographic based that it's not really reaching the people that can connect to your offer.
Right. Yeah. So I just want to make a statement, because what you were talking about, we don't have a slide for, but I want to point that out. What you're talking about is psychographics.
Yes.
When you deal with psychographics, you're dealing with emotions, mindsets, the intentions of other people, right?
Correct.
So now, if you want to look at from an age perspective, somebody in a certain age group may think a certain way, or may behave a certain way, or may have a certain perspective. That's when psychographics actually come in handy. So that's kind of where you want to kind of lean towards, because we all make decisions based on emotions, based on how we feel and what we think, right? Demographics, that's the surface level of things. That's the external things. Okay, I make this amount of money. I'm in this profession. I'm this particular age. I'm this particular nationality. Okay. But the question is how do I think?
Right.
What's important to me? If you don't nail those particular things, then what are you doing other than basing your business on throwing as many things as you can to the wall and seeing what sticks? And you don't want to do that. And also, we're saying this because, you know, I don't even want to give it away yet. We'll just move on to the next slide. We're done with this one. We talked about.
Let's go to the next one. The next one is very juicy because we're going to really dive into what actually changes it. Yes. So who you are committed. I want to ask you a question. Who are you committed to showing up for? Even if you watch this on a replay, go ahead and answer that question in the chat. Who are you committed to showing up for?
Notice she didn't ask you anything about them.
Yes.
She asked you, who are you committed to showing up for?
Yes. Yes. That's important, you know, because sometimes we show up for people that we're not really that honed in, committed to wanting to help. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like you are literally trying to wear a mask. And this is why we're so into building, helping you guys. This is why we call our company Your Brand, Your Breakthrough. We want you guys to build something authentic that you can literally go to bed at night excited about and happy about, because you are, like what Miyoko said earlier, you're choosing, right, to be in front of the people that you are committed to showing up for on a day-to-day basis. We don't want clients and customers to just come to us one time. We want them to repeatedly stay in our world and bring other people with them. That's a huge commitment. You're talking about 10, 20 years of people, their family, their children, things like that. But sometimes we get so honed in and committed to the wrong clients, and they stay stuck to us for a long time, and they're not moving, they're not shaking, they're not building traction. But you know what? You cool to talk to, so they hang out. You know what I mean? We all have done that before. Maybe I'm talking about myself sometimes, but that's the way it is. But you gotta get out of that. You want people to move along. And that's what's awesome about what Miyoko and I do. And this is why we always post testimonials and things like that, to show you guys that we have people that, yes, we're committed to showing up for, but they're actually implementing what we're teaching them. And that's the important part too. Who are you helping? Who do you want to be committed to showing up for?
So I know if you listen to any of our live stream, you're probably going to get tired of me saying this, but I'm going to continue to say it. Your values, beliefs, and principles are a very, very big, very important part of how you construct your personal brand.
Correct.
It's you. It's like you said, it's your brand, your breakthrough. So you're building your brand, and you are an extension of this particular brand.
Right.
So you need to know what you're passionate about, right? What your vision is, what your beliefs are, and what's important to you, because that is going to align with the type of clients that you get. All right. So this is why, who are you committed to showing up for? It's such a big question.
Right.
To them, when you feel like your purpose to serve this particular individual, you want to start there first. You don't want to build a business based on money, based on vanity metrics, and then you start to build a company, right? You start to build a company, and then what happens is there's no passion there, there's no drive, there's no purpose behind it. And I mean, you could either sell it at that point, or you can continue to do something that you're not even happy. You don't build a business that doesn't get you excited in the morning, that you don't love to do. That's not an extension of who you are.
Right.
Who you're committed to showing up for is important. So think about that. If you haven't thought about it this way, this is probably why you're unhappy. Maybe you're making a little bit of money, right, in your business. But your personal brand really isn't you. It's not really tied into what drives you, what your principles are, right? You're not even, and this is why a lot of people say, hey, I've started a company, but who I really want to serve is this person. The question is why not start from that particular benchmark?
Right.
Who are you committed to showing up for? Who are you committed to helping? What are you so passionate about? What type of person you are so passionate about helping? You're committed to serving.
Right.
You start there, and then you start to build everything else around that. Okay. So this person may be in a profession. Yes. This person may make a certain amount of income. Yes. But before you do all of that, determine who you want to show up for. Right. And most of the times, I'm going to give you a little secret. Most of the times, who you're committed to showing up for is you. A lot of times, the clients that you want to serve are an extension of you in some way, shape, or form. Now, pay attention to what I'm going to say. It's either the you that was at rock bottom. It's either the you that you are now, or it's either the you that you're aspiring to be. I want everybody to write that down. The person you're committed to showing up for is either you at your worst, that tragic area of time where you were at your lowest and you were able to overcome that. Right. The person you are now, the one that's growing, that's maybe making money, that has these perspectives, that's your client, or the person that you're aspiring to be. Right. Right. These are the people that you are going to most likely be committed to showing up for. 100%. They're all extensions of where you used to be, where you are now, and where you're trying to go. All right.
I love that. I really do. Because this is why I love what Miyoko and I teach, because most people, most branding coaches, systems coaches, they really focus on the outside in. We focus on the inside out.
Right.
I wish that before you start working with somebody and they just say, okay, let's first focus on the colors, the logo, the fonts, and build this whole prettified brand PDF for showing you everything. They first ask the question, who do you want to show? Who are you want to be committed to showing up for? And then start the process. So you're starting really from the inner, like a nucleus, the cell, all the way out. You know what I mean? Instead of outside in. Because if we're figuring all this out at the end, you know how much money that we wasted in the meantime of building all that stuff from the outside in instead of the inside out. Go ahead, Miyoko.
And the thing is, it's we're talking about fulfillment here. Because after you've made the money and after you build the business, at the end of the day, if you're sitting around miserable, feeling empty, feeling unhappy, what was the point? What was the point of that? You didn't build a personal brand. You built a brand, but it wasn't an extension of you, an extension of who you are. Most people do personal branding the incorrect way because the personal is taken out of it. They just say personal branding and they go into traditional branding. This has to be an extension of who you are, what you represent, who you're committed to serving. Very purposeful, very mission driven, very vision driven. So I'm focusing on this because I want everybody to understand this. Those of you that are listening to the replay, those of you that are live, I really want you to understand exactly what a personal brand is.
That's right.
It's an extension of you.
Yeah.
It is a representation of your values, your beliefs, your principles, your genius, the problem that you're solving, the people that you're helping, how you look at life. It embodies all of this.
All of it. That's so true. That's so true. Commitment comes before conversion, y'all. I really want each and every one of you to write that down. Commitment comes before conversion. You know, when you know that, you get to know your audience more. It's like you are literally, people always say, I know you heard this before, Miyoko, oh, build your avatar. Like, and I still feel like to this day, people don't really understand what that means. They, like you said before, it's really more of the surface stuff.
Right.
You know, but diving into commitment, are the people that you're committed to showing up for, are they committed to doing the work? Are they committed? Or do you even have a process or framework? And we're going to dive into, for those of you who don't have one in just a second, on what people can stay committed to.
Right.
Become a client. Why? Join your group. Why? Join your team. What for?
Right.
Join your email list. Why? You know? And it's like we're inviting people to so many different things and wondering why people are not showing up. What are you giving to them that's making them feel committed? I always hear people say, well, I do all that. Are you really understanding what we're saying?
Right.
Because if you do all that, then people will literally get it like that, and they'll be able to say, okay, I see your process, I see your framework, I see how you're going to take me from A to Z or A to B. Now I'm ready to convert. Now I'm ready to move forward.
And that's the reality. People have to commit to you before they can commit their funds to you. So they got to commit to the vision. They got to commit to your principles. They got to commit to your methodology, for what you stand for, your beliefs. Once people are committed to those particular aspects of you and your brand, then when you do offer the service, they're already committed to you. So they're invested. There's a sense of loyalty, a sense of connection there now. So it's easier for you to convert into sales and the business and the systematic thing. So what we're trying to show you is that the key to more sales, the key to better clients, you got to work from the inside out.
You have
That's the only way to do it with a personal brand.
Yeah.
If we were talking about traditional brands that want to spend a boatload of money and do advertising, we're having a different conversation. No, we're talking about personal brands because that's what a lot of people are building.
Absolutely.
Brand.
Yeah. And a lot of times, a lot of times you guys don't want to do this part because, it may take too much time. But when you nail, actually doesn't take too much time. We're actually going to show you guys in just a second that you can do all this in a matter of less than a week. But it's more of once you nail it, right? It's rinse and repeatable. You plug into a system, right? And you're making money while you're sleeping. I'm just being so honest. So that's the thing, guys. committed to who you're showing up for, and commitment comes before conversion, right? Throwing things out there, and I do it too sometimes. I can be a huge visionary some days and be like, okay, let's do this because I'm really excited about it, not really thinking about timing, strategy, right? Who needs this? Who I'm committing to showing up for this, and how things are going to convert once they really are committed to what it is I'm offering.
Right.
So that's important, guys. And I hope you guys got a lot of insight on that. I said before that some of you may think that, well, doing all this that Mediocre and Letitia are saying is going to take too much time to even put it on paper and put it out there into the market. No, it's not. It's not going to take you years and years and years to figure out, right? We want you to speed up the time of the process for conversion. So one of the awesome things that we have created, and this has already been launched, we have had clients already gone through it, testimonials, breakthroughs, and everything. So you guys are getting something that has already been tried and true, which is our 5-day brand breakthrough challenge. I'm so excited about this challenge because, again, we've been running this challenge now for over a month now, and it has been a blessing to so many people. So we want to introduce this to you guys for the first time here to the public, and let you guys join in on all the breakthroughs that our clients are getting right now. So yes, one major focus, right? No skipping steps. This is step by step from day 1 all the way to day 5, right, Miyoko?
Right. And again, this is not like your basic challenges that you go through each day. You got templates and all that stuff to fill out and all those things. That's not going to apply to everyday life. It's not going to apply to how you grow your personal brand. Again, you see day 1 clarity. You're going to get clear on exactly who you are, your values, your principles about yourself, exactly how you want to take your personal brand, right? The direction you want to take it. Next, day 2 is distinction. What's going to help you stand out? Because every personal brand is unique. No personal brand should be the same. Most people don't know this. We show you how to do that in day 2. Day 3, credibility. We're not just talking about all these cool accolades and certificates and things like that. We're going to show you exactly what credibility is and actually how to do it in your personal brand. Day 4, consistency. Once you know your message and your method and all those things, you got to be consistent. And if you're anything like me, I'm not really the biggest fan of social media, but we're going to show you exactly why consistency is important and exactly how, you can actually be consistent. All right. Day 5, conversions. You're going to look at sales in a way that you probably have never looked at it before, because a lot of people push high pressure sales, and you don't have to do all that. If you do these steps in order and they're all aligned, selling will be a lot easier, will not feel sleazy, will not feel pushed, will not feel rushed, and you'll actually be excited about telling people exactly what you do and how you can help them. In fact, they'll actually come to you at the same time. So that's the 5-day challenge. Very, very simple, bite-sized pieces, but I'm telling you, it's very, very implementable, and it will affect your personal brand from day 1. So I encourage everybody to get involved and really just absorb the information. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us. We're very approachable.
Yep, very, very. And I will have to say that this is perfect for anyone who needs this, because the information is most challenges, and they just throw information at you. They just put you in a portal. You got to eat the whole elephant at one time. This challenge is awesome. It's the right fit for all you guys because everything is dripped. Because we want you to take each lesson, right, and actually do the work and implement it. Okay, right. Actually do the work and implement it. That's what we're all about. We're about giving you guys the knowledge and the trainings, but also giving it to you where you have actual assignments to map all this out for yourself. Each day you're going to be mapping out. So yes, it is dripped. You're not going to get everything all at one time because it's sort of like an ascension. You got to get the clarity first. Once you nail that down, it's distinction. And after distinction is credibility. After credibility, consistency, and conversion. All that has to be dripped to you so that way you're able to really consume everything and implement everything in a timely manner. And you're not taking it all at one time. You're like, oh my God, now I'm overwhelmed. How many of you have taken challenges in the past and you're just overwhelmed with information? This is not an information-based challenge. This is not a motivate. Go ahead, Miyoko. You have your hand up.
No, you asked the question.
Oh, you said yes. So you don't want to. That's not what this is. It's definitely not what this is. We don't want to throw the whole kitchen sink at you guys. We want you to be able to get so much value, a boatload of value from each day. And then we'll literally tell us and show us what you've worked on and get our, for most part, get our input here and there, so it's awesome. So you get everything dripped, plus you get our private feed. It's not a Facebook group. That's another thing that people want to push you into. Hey, get in this group. No, we have our own community that's offline, right? That way you can get really focused and not get all distracted with everything else that happens on the social media. And if you always have a question, we all can stay plugged in on what it is you have. So no, this is not like a motivation challenge. This is not a challenge where it's just like, okay, oh, great job. Now you got to work on this. No, it's like literally the questions we ask, the everything we have in there is going to definitely keep you moving forward. Because again, the title says breakthrough. Each day you will be having a breakthrough. You will be having a light bulb moment. And we want you guys to have that. So the value in itself, in that alone, is amazing. It is. So right. I put the link in the chat for you guys. Like Miyoko said, if y'all have any questions, go ahead and reach out. Yes, this is a self-paced dripped challenge. Okay. We do not want to overload you guys with all this information.
Right.
Okay. Right. Clarity is big. Clarity over tactics. Absolutely. All right. So make sure y'all get access to our challenge, guys. This is awesome. So I put the link in the chat for you guys to go over and check it out. You don't want to miss out on this, guys. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. But reach out to us if you have any questions.
All right. I hope you all learned something today. Who are you committing to?
Yeah.
Are you at the right client or the wrong client? Are you committed to serving this particular client? These are questions you want to ask yourself. Other than that, we thank you always for listening, and we'll be back next Wednesday.
Yes. All right, guys. Have a good one.